Well, 6:32 this morning. It's been over 2 weeks since a 16-year-old boy was shot and killed in Fort Smith. A suspect in the case is expected to be back in Fort Smith court today. Donnie Warner did not enter a plea at a hearing last week. He also faces first-degree murder charges. Meanwhile, police are still looking for the original suspect. Jasmine Johnston is wanted on first-degree murder charges. If you have any information about her location, police are offering a reward. You can call 911 or Crime Stoppers at 78-CRIME. Well, new this morning, the Fort Smith Board of Directors have chosen 3 candidates to interview for a city administrator position. Joseph Lessard, Richard McGill, and Robert Civic are all vying for the position. Their names were announced after Tuesday's executive session. The candidates will be in Fort Smith for interviews next Thursday. In December of 2024, you'll remember, directors voted to fire then Administrator Carl Gavkin. Jeff Dingman has served as the interim and acting city administrator since that time. The city of Fort Smith also honoring one of its own.
Yeah, July 21st was officially proclaimed Officer Kyle Newman Day, just 2 months after he was shot in the line of duty during a DWI traffic stop. The proclamation recognizes Newman's service, sacrifice, and continued recovery after he was critically injured in May. His wife says the road to recovery for Newman has been difficult, but she never lost hope. She says this honor extends far beyond his sacrifice.
Truly, every man and woman in the police department should be very proud of what they do, and I think with this day honoring him, it honors them as well, because they're all truly incredible, and the sacrifice of every single one of them, I mean, it truly shows that there is danger in the job, but they go out selflessly.
As they're thankful for the outpouring of support they've received from the community and from people across the country.
Well, after months of debate and a lawsuit from a resident, Fayetteville has changed its rules over city employees signing non-disclosures. The new rules state the mayor and city attorney must give written approval before any city employee signs an NDA. It also requires an NDA be terminated when the corresponding project enters into a public process like a permit approval. It all comes after public backlash after the city signed multiple agreements with drone manufacturer Swarm Aero.
I think the issue with Swarm Aero and the NDAs, it's something that I don't believe that I ever really thought about much of, and I don't think many of the public did either until this happened. So I think just the more transparency that we've been able to create here, I think is good for Fayetteville. And I think it gives us some more thought as we go forward.
Well, the city was also set to discuss 3 ordinances that they say would help address the city's housing crisis, but tabled the discussion until next month.
And homeowners across Arkansas are opening letters showing big jumps in their property values. It's how your county determines your property taxes. Now, some homeowners say they're worried that a higher tax bill may be coming soon. The letters are going out to people in these 21 counties highlighted on your screen, including Franklin and Scott counties. If your property value goes up, it will go into effect for the next tax cycle, so you won't see the change on your bill this year. The mortgage loan manager at Arvest Bank says the rise in taxes could also impact your monthly mortgage.
So your taxes and your homeowner's insurance, if they're escrowed with in your mortgage, are part of that overall payment.
The notice only breaks down 3 key numbers: market value, assessed value, and taxable value. And while those numbers may be rising, there are state programs available to help offset the cost. Amendment 79 provides protections for Arkansas property owners, including credits and caps on how much taxes can increase. Officials say if you have questions, reach out to your county assessor.
All right, take a look at this dash cam coming out of Missouri. A man in the vehicle in front jumps from the car and then off of the bridge. Police say it was moments after he assaulted 3 deputies and led them on a chase. The driver, who has been identified as Gavin Thor Lundgren, got out of the car, jumped off the east side. The driver now is being charged with multiple counts of assault and fleeing from law enforcement. Well, the stomach parasite linked to lettuce has now been connected to more than 4,000 cases across 41 states.
And now the Secretary of Health and Human Services is pushing back against criticism that job cuts lead to weak spots in regulation. Jared Hill has the latest.
From New Jersey
We're coming and checking out, the local farms.
to Indiana,
We took more lettuce than we've ever taken before to the Franklin Farmers Market.
a shift to local produce, trying to avoid the lingering cyclospora outbreak. Jessica Mallard was in the hospital for 10 days.
I'm really weak. I lay down a lot. Like this morning I struggled getting up.
She thinks she was infected after eating bagged lettuce from Taylor Farms. Despite a false positive test, the FDA says it's confident the outbreak is tied to iceberg lettuce grown by Taylor Farms in central Mexico.
We do have the outbreak under control.
Amid criticism, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. denies budget cuts impacted food safety monitoring.
We did cuts in the Food Net program, but they were for redundant surveillance.
My team was reduced from 11 to 3 people.
Joel Barrett ran the CDC's lab before he quit.
I think the loss of staff on the Cyclospora laboratory team did likely delay the response.
The outbreak now has Americans changing how they eat.
I was like, you know what? Let me change what I get from places like Chipotle or Cava that have lettuce.
Stock prices for a slew of fast casual restaurants are taking a hit despite not being linked to the Parasite or Taylor Farms. The CEO of Sweetgreen says he's confident in their produce.
We know down to the lot number which farm it came from.
He says none comes from Mexico. Meanwhile, the FDA's investigation continues. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Mexico's top health minister is now claiming there's no evidence that the outbreak originated at any lettuce farm in their country.